Today, these players walk in the shadows of legend. And there is the breakthrough goal.
That's what the fans came to see. That's for the history books.
Del Piero! Big games produce big moments.
Have you seen a more freakish goal in A-League history?
Well, the A-League delivers again.
No one is stopping that.
What an unbelievable strike! And the Mariners have done it! Remarkable!
With just 3 rounds remaining in the Isuzu A-League, it was all to play for. Western United knew that a win would put them in contention to chase down Auckland at the top of the table. Meanwhile, Brisbane were looking to avoid the wooden spoon. The Raw hadn't won at home in over a year and were desperate to finish their miserable season on a high. Meanwhile, former Raw boss John Aloisi was looking to see his side bounce back after last weekend's loss to Western Sydney as they maintained their push to finish the regular season in first place.
Brissett is going to send Brisbane Roar on the attack, and he is tricky. Jacob Brissett finds space, the cutback's on, and Klein scores for the Roar! That's the opening Brisbane wanted! Western United behind in just the second minute, and Sam Klein's end to the season continues in hot form. Abubakar, a Roar on for a second in short order. Into the middle, Berringer! Oh! He's been waiting for a Raw goal for a year. Bozanovsky. He's going to have a ping here. Oh, and it deflects just wide. Matt Acton was out of the equation, and Reece Bozanovsky very nearly had his 5th goal in 4 games. Imai. Oh, the back pass has come unstuck. Berringer! He's done it! First goal of the season for Florian Berringer. And the Brisbane Roar are sitting pretty at 2-0 up. Western United can't believe it, but Florian Berringer's first goal in more than a year breaks a 23-game streak without finding the back of the net. What do you think the halftime talk will entail?
Look, I don't think he'll strip paint off the walls, if that's what you're asking.
Ibusuki to change the tone of that halftime talk, because Western United have halved the deficit, and Hiroshi Ibusuki, in the last minute of regulation of the first half, has his 10th of the Isuzu UTE A-League campaign. Victory put it right back into trouble, and Brissett is trouble. Sideways he goes to Yelich, Abubakar. Oh, nearly a dream introduction for Ben Halloran. And that was a slick move from the Raw. Leonard drops it at the penalty spot. Ibusuki lunging and putting it wide.
It was good delivery into an area that Ibusuki will be grateful for. Look at that for a run. It's just a square run. Good delivery again from Leonard with his right foot.
And the whistle goes. Brisbane Roar's record wait for a win at home is over. And they have detonated a bomb inside the top 6. And it's blown up under the feet of Western United. Brisbane Roar 2, Western United 1.
Western United's unexpected stumble was great news for league leaders Auckland FC. The Kiwis were now in a position to secure the Premier's plate with 2 games to spare should other results go their way. But first, the Black Knights needed to overcome an informed Melbourne Victory at Amy Park.
Here's De Vries, who was one of the 2 goal scorers against Sydney FC last week. Ball slung out towards Rogerson, who's the other, and Jake Brimmer! And that glanced off the uprights. Well, he was that close to scoring against his old club. What a hit that was by Jake Brimmer. Blue play wasn't too far off, was it? Looked like Alex Paulson maybe had the angles covered. It's good football by Victory. Arzani on the right. Punched away by Alex Paulson. Lovely from Arzani. Made a nice little one 2 with Badalato, but couldn't quite find the finish. Good move though by the Victory. 2 waiting in the middle. Mai arriving now. It's over his head. Here's De Vries. Verstraete. It's crept in! Louis Verstraete for Auckland. And Steve Corica's team have hit the front in their bid potentially to win the Premiership as early as tonight. And it's their Belgian midfielder with just his second goal for the club. Here you go, Victory looking for a quick response. Badalato, lovely ball, it's for Lupale, but it's Alex Paulson who comes out to grab it for Auckland. Lazani, rather Badalato I should say, did really well. Here's a chance for Daniel Lazani. And the ricochet favours for Lupale. What a save from Paulson. Point blank range, now the whistle goes. Paulson's been hurt in the process. And Nishan Lupale denied by the bravery of arguably the A-League's top goalkeeper. That's not a bad ball. Oh, what a save from Paulson to deny Nikos Virgos. That is a wonderful piece of goalkeeping. Shash couldn't reach it. This could be game over. Verstraete squares it up, and Guillermo Mai will surely seal the 3 points for Auckland, who are going to move 7 points clear at the top of the A-League ladder tonight. Is it a Premiership winning goal? There we go. 3 big points for Auckland FC. They're close now, very, very close. Mathematically, they need 3 more points, but maybe not even that, depending upon what happens tonight in that game between Western Sydney Wanderers and Melbourne City. But they were too good for Melbourne Victory here today. Goals from Louis Verstraete and Guillermo Mai, both in the second half. That's the way it finished at AAMI Park. Melbourne Victory 0, Auckland FC 2.
Auckland's win meant they would seal the Premier's plate should Melbourne City lose to Western Sydney. Aurelia Vidmar's side was determined to keep the title race alive, however the Wanderers were in their best run of form in over 10 years. All eyes were on a boisterous CommBank Stadium.
Bajic marauding forward, takes over, it's well played, the shot's not bad either. Caputo to the rebound.
One off Caputo, one off Bajic. It was a lung-bursting run from Bajic to get forward and support the attack. Excellent from Melbourne City, good from Lawrence Thomas.
Kleur against Bajic, he's done well. Milanovic, this is where Milanovic is so dangerous! He only needs half an opportunity. And the Western Sydney Wanderers in form, leading goal scorer. Hits the target once again. Morello diving in, he's done well against Ugarkovic. Milanovic gets there ahead of Kai Truitt. Good strength again, Milanovic still going, straight past Bajic. The comeback, oh, he's in again! Has taken a cruel deflection off Kai Truitt. Milanovic is on fire. The Wanderers are on fire. 2-0. And they are dancing in the streets of Auckland. Tilio's ball in. Oh, it's a good ball and it's in the back of the net. It's Kai Truitt. And City, with 10 minutes to go in the first half, they are back in the contest, well and truly. The Austrian coup, that's a good ball for Tilio. Drives it in low towards Caputo. Didn't know too much about it. Made the save, perhaps all the more impressive from Lawrence Thomas. Milanovic shoots near post, great stop. Patrick Beach, brilliant save at his near post. Goes back now, chips it back post. Hammond had hands raised. Kleur drives it back in across the face of goal. Wong, little 1-2. Mehmeti rides the first challenge, goes down, penalty. Pandazopoulos
was sucked into the challenge. Has the chance for his first ever brace. Oh, and it's in, but only just. Squeezes under the body of Lawrence Thomas. And we are all level at 2-2, but only just. Plenty of aerial threat. Goes back, ball in, and they've got it! Antonsen and Panasopoulos are claiming it. And it may not count.
They've called offside. Let's have a look here. Panasopoulos was definitely offside. But Anderson comes from onside. I reckon Anderson's the one that gets the header.
And we're all square at 2-2. By referee Adam Kersey. Western Sydney Wanderers are absolutely furious. We could so easily have had a winner for the Western Sydney Wanderers, just centimetres in it, after Nick Milanovic had fired them in to a 2-0 lead inside the opening 15 minutes. A Kai Truan double, the first of his career, the first from a corner, the second from the penalty spot, and only just at that. These are the fine margins, the little details we talk about so often. We go another round to decide who's in the finals, who are the premiers, at least, because here at CommBank Stadium, it's finished all square. Wanderers 2, Melbourne City 2.
Away from the race to finish first, there was plenty of drama in mid-table, with multiple teams looking to secure the all-important 6th spot and qualify for finals football. Adelaide United came into the match in freefall, having not won a match since early February. However, a struggling Wellington Phoenix represented the perfect opposition to spark a turnaround.
Mark Greens lurking at the back post, making his move now for Clough's corner. And it was a free header that's got in. Panagiotis Kikianis. And that run of Greens just created that little bit of space. And Kikianis was able to pick his spots. And the Reds lead after 8 minutes. The Reds running on adrenaline here after that early goal. And the ball is out wide left with a tricky Yaya Dukuli. Left it just a little bit short for Aleague, still there for the Reds. Dukuli once again, Aleague onside. They're queuing up, it's 2. Stephen Mork, and it was all too easy for Adelaide United. The Wellington Phoenix defence parted like the Red Sea for the Reds, who double their advantage. Look at the space here for Ethan Aleague. Slid through, Mork off the woodwork. Kitto getting caught wrong side, threaded through by Ashiga, and Wellington Phoenix out of nothing are back in the game, and it's you-know-who, Costa Barbarouses, moving into double figures in the season. Still plenty forward in this attack for the Phoenix, and one got there, it's 2-2! Wow, this is quite extraordinary. Isaac Hughes applying the finishing touch. And after a dominant opening half an hour for Adelaide United, in which they might have scored 4 or 5 goals, we're back at 2-2. Here's Costa Barbarouses, could be 3-2 here. Kikianis ensures it isn't. Adelaide almost undone again. Young again. Oh, it's a real test, and headed out from, well, right underneath the crossbar by Isaac Hughes. It is Johnny Yull who fires it in, and that was angling into that roof of the goal. Good save, Josh Olowayomi. Mork trying to be a little too cute, and it comes for Perez, and in off Archie Goodwin. A little look to see that there was no offside flag, and with less than 90 seconds of the regulation 90 minutes left, Archie Goodwin pounces for his 13th goal of the season. And referee Tim Danaskos says that will do. A little punch in the air from Carl Beards. Cries of joy all around Cooper Stadium. Boy, the Reds had to work hard for that one. First 20 minutes, they were sensational. And then they fell into a deep, deep hole. But Archie Goodwin's late winner means that Carl Beards' last match at Cooper's, sparring finals, of course, ends in victory. They have defeated Wellington Phoenix at Cooper Stadium in a pulsating contest in the end by 3 goals to 2.
Adelaide United's win meant the pressure was on Sydney FC to respond as they took on Newcastle Jets at home. It had already been a rough week for the hosts, who exited the ACL2 at the semi-final stage during midweek. Meanwhile, a young, plucky Newcastle side was looking to build on their 6-0 win over the Mariners last weekend and keep their faint finals hopes alive.
And Eli Adams was a little nudge. It's play on for the moment. Eli Adams squares it. Taylor's shot is blocked. Timmins will track it down. And Timmins is feeding Rose, and Newcastle have the lead. Sydney are screaming at the referee, but it will count for the moment. Lockie Rose with goal number 8 for the season, and the Jets in front on the road. They just seem on tilt at the moment, Sydney. They've turned it over again. Eli Adams finding Clayton Taylor, cuts it across. Mizunuma, 2-0. Can you believe this? Newcastle have not beaten Sydney here since 2012. They lead 2-0 after 22 minutes. The Jets are in absolute dreamland. Eli Adams running into a pocket of space. Look at the Jets getting forward. There's 5 forward. Mizunuma in the middle. Now it's Wilmering on the left. He drives it. And it was a good take. It was a very sharp strike on goal from Wilmering. This man certainly puts bums on seats in Costa. Wahim off Wilmering, back to Costa. Oh, what a strike! That is quality from Costa. And in their hour of need, who else but the Brazilian to stand up and pull them back into this contest? Costa, oh, what a pass. Wahim. He couldn't thread the needle at the near post, but once again, all roads lead to Costa, and he very nearly. Grant coming through the back, Segicic, this time for Sydney FC, and it's 2-2. They've come from 2-0 down, and Adrian Segicic scoring again here at home for the Sky Blues. Is another opportunity. Segicic! All right, Scott produces a save of the highest quality. Rose and Gibson. He touches that back into a very challenging area for the Jets, and it's pounced on by Grant. Now Kucharski! Seasons gone by. Has he saved their finals hopes? From 2-0 down, Sydney have completed the resurrection. They have saved their season for the moment. And they are back in the top 6. Their finals destiny for now will remain in their hands. And for Newcastle, their finals dreams are dashed in the Harbour City. Full time at Allianz, Sydney FC 3, Newcastle Jets 2.
The Mariners hosted MacArthur, looking to bounce back from a humiliating 6-0 loss to local rivals Newcastle last weekend. Meanwhile, MacArthur was still in contention for the finals and had been going under the radar in the race for a space in the top 6.
Here he is again, Yarkalish. Didn't try and hit it too hard, but couldn't beat the first man. Now Delhi back inside. It might yet fall for Jakalic again. Goes for the acrobatic. They got a hat-trick last weekend. Docker standing over the free kick. Delivers, good ball as well. Sainsbury with the glancing header. And it's given, the flag stays down. And Trent Sainsbury, whose last goal for the Mariners came against Perth back in 2013. Well, he returns to the club this season and gets his first goal of the campaign in their penultimate match. Jakalic delivers the free header, and it's in. The equaliser from Kevin Bully, the Franco-Ivorian who arrived in January to cover the departures of Ollie Jones and Dino Aslanagic. Well, he has his first A-League goal for MacArthur. Perhaps a signal to the teammates it is. It's a good ball as well, back across the face from Harrington, still alive. The follow-up and blasted home. Arthur De Lima. And did he enjoy that? The second ever A-League goal for the youngster. It was there to be struck, and he didn't ask himself too many questions. Jakalic, good ball in, and there is Harrison Sawyer. And it's taken just 3.5 minutes for the big man to make an impact and draw the two sides level. And he is in, needless to say, the richest scoring form of his career in the Australian top flight. 4 in 3, and importantly, that could be a crucial goal. More power on this one, the header from Sawyer. And Parage Cullen needed 2 attempts to secure it, but secure it he did.
Well, great work from Parage Cullen in the end. It's a really good header from Harrison Sawyer, and no one's anticipating. Everyone in black and white is heading towards their own goal. And it's only Bolly who breaks ranks.
A big switch from McCalmont is a good ball for Mikael Docker. Now Theoharis. Theoharis shoots, blocked by Kurto. And Uzcock is there to clear the ball away from under the nose of the substitute, Harrison Steele. How much time left is there? There's the answer from the whistle of Alex King. It is a draw that suits neither at the end of the day. And to add more to the situation, Trent Sainsbury going off with what looks like a very serious injury. MacArthur know that the opportunity has slipped through their fingers. They twice came from behind to equalise, but despite dominating large periods of the first half, unable to get the goal that would keep their finals hopes alive. It's another game without a win for the Central Coast Mariners, and MacArthur unable to get the crucial 3 points they needed as it finishes here in Gosford. Mariners 2, MacArthur FC 2.
And so, with just 2 games left to play, Auckland have the chance to secure an historic premiership plate in their inaugural season. Meanwhile, the race to secure a spot in the top 6 looks set to go down to the wire. Join us next week for more Isuzu A-League action in what could be an historic moment in the competition's history.